Shana Tova. I am Alan Golad, and I have the distinct honor to serve a third year as president of University Synagogue. Now, serving 3 years is a little bit unusual, so I thought tonight I would take the opportunity to answer a question my friends and my wife have asked. A third year, what were you thinking? Well, I'll let you know the answer, but first I'd like you to allow me to indulge you a bit so I can go back a few years, like 54 years, to when I was 9 years old. My father, Dave Golad, was a very decent, kind, and a good man of both physical and mental toughness, born from being a depression kid who had to make it on his own. He was also a teetotaler, which bode him very well for his career since he owned a tavern. Now, his son appreciates a fine whiskey, so not following my father into the family business was probably a pretty good idea. My father's tavern lies somewhere between the Alien Bar in Star Wars and the sitcom Cheers. The clientele was an eclectic mix of people from all walks of life. On Sunday, the bar was closed. So after Sunday school, my dad would pick me up from the synagogue, and we would go to the tavern. He would do the bookkeeping, and I would push a broom. One day, I asked him a question that had been nagging at me for a while. I said, "Dad, I don't get something. You pay $10 for this bottle of whiskey, and you get 22 drinks from a bottle, and you charge $2.50 for a drink. Why don't your customers just buy a $10 bottle from the liquor store, stay home, they'd save all kinds of money?" Now, you see, I was 9 years old, so I was terrified his customers would discover my secret, and my dad would be out of business. My dad looked at me, and with a glint in his eye, he said, "Son, they don't come here to drink. They come here to be with their friends." It was my first lesson in what it means to belong to a community. This past summer, 5 families from our Havurah went to Israel, 10 adults and 10 teenagers, together for 13 days. For all but 2 of us, it was our first trip to Israel. There we were in a remarkably foreign land, and yet from the minute we set foot on Israeli soil, we felt we were home. What a totally unexpected and amazing feeling of belonging. Everywhere we went, it was its own highlight reel, but none more special than Jerusalem. I was mesmerized by the ancient history of Jerusalem and the beautiful sameness of each building faced with Jerusalem stone. The experience made me reflect upon what it means to be Jewish and to be a Reformed Jew. The national pride I felt for the state of Israel and its accomplishments in its 70 years was fiercely evident. But there was something beyond that which spoke to me even more profoundly. And then it hit me. I am part of something very special. Judaism, and specifically Reformed Judaism, is exceptional. We are on the right side of goodness. Our Jewishness is a testament to the power of our ideals. We cherish inclusiveness and diversity. We strive to repair the world, and we are generous with our time, our money, and our feelings. We understand the enormous responsibility to lead by example. Love, compassion, and caring, those are the ideals that guide our lives. Our moral compass is true and unwavering. Oh, we're fallible, and we make poor decisions all too often. But when we have failed, we atone. We ask forgiveness, and we forgive ourselves, promising to do better next time. When I returned from Israel, it was back to everyday life, and I drove down Sunset Boulevard on my way home from work, and I gazed over at University Synagogue as I always do. I saw something different. Perhaps I saw something differently. As I marveled at the beauty of the Jerusalem stone that clads the grand entrance to our synagogue, I saw this house of worship for not only what we are, but what we can become. University Synagogue is very good. Our clergy are incredibly dedicated to our mission. Our schools are wonderful. Our members exemplify the character and integrity that makes this congregation so very good. As twilight sets on our synagogue's 75th anniversary, it is now our responsibility to strive for something more. It's our time to be exceptional. We have gathered a group of dedicated members from our community to strategically align the synagogue with a long-term vision to deepen engagement with our congregants. While synagogue leadership can help guide this vision of inspiration, passion, and enrichment, it is our members who will provide the direction. I'm very excited about our future. There will be change, and you will be at the forefront, charting the journey that lies ahead for University Synagogue. So now back to the original question. Why a third year? Well, I guess my dad made me do it.